What's up, gamers? Aaron Shack here, and we are live with episode 67 of the Shackcast, and we sure have a lot to talk about today. We have a number of interesting topics that we have here, from Nintendo suing a streamer that is pirating modern games, the Halo 2 E3 2003 demo, and much more. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel wherever you get your podcasts from. You can download, you can listen there, leave us a review, especially a favorable one, for the Shackcast. You can find it wherever podcasts are found. So first off, a little bit of housekeeping before we get into anything too serious and crazy here. But Twitter is kind of being abandoned by a lot of people, and maybe it has something to do with the most recent election. Maybe it has to do with some of Elon Musk's controversial changes to the platform. You've always been able to find me on Twitter at AaronShack64TV, and you can still find me there. But I want to let you guys know that I did migrate over to Blue Sky. Blue Sky is another social app which is very similar to Twitter, and you can find that I'm growing a little bit of a modest following over there as we start building back up. I plan on posting here a lot more. I think I'm also on Threads as well. I don't know if I have a link here, but it should be AaronShack64 also on Threads. I'm just gonna double check here if I can. Yeah, it's going to do a whole login thing. So, yeah, we'll definitely check me out over there as well. I'm going to be posting a lot more on that platform as well. But the next big thing is that we're going to talk about one of the main things that's in the title, which is a streamer who taunted Nintendo faces a $7.5 million lawsuit for pirated Switch content. Now, I think this number is actually a little low. I think Nintendo should throw the book at this guy and sue him for all he's worth, all he'll ever be worth, and all his family will ever generate throughout their lineage. Because it's literally so much. Okay? I think 7.5 million is generous. So, a streamer who gloated about relentlessly streaming unreleased and emulated Nintendo Switch games is facing a $7.5 million lawsuit from Nintendo. So it's not that he was ethically, emulating Super Nintendo games and stuff. He was literally streaming modern Nintendo Switch games as they come out, or even before they come out. So Nintendo is coming down hard on Jesse Kean, aka Every Game Guru, who had allegedly been streaming the pirated games on various platforms such as Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. These included The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. According to the lawsuit filed in Colorado District Court on November 6th, Kean, despite prior DMCA takedown notices and cease and desist orders, reportedly continued streaming the games and even guided viewers on running Nintendo games on non-Nintendo hardware. So to be straightforward with you here, he was warned. DMCA takedowns are a warning. That's, cease and desist. Don't do this. You don't have the right to do this. What you are doing is illegal. So the kindness was there. That kindness doesn't have to be there, but it was there. Then he continued streaming the games and even guided viewers in the process of how to pirate modern games, which are being sold in modern stores, both digital and physical. You can go to your local Walmart, Target, whatever, and buy these Nintendo Switch games. Or you can just follow the horrible practices that this streamer was teaching people to do. So he's crossing a lot of different lines here. Big, thick, red lines. The streamer has been accused of making new channels on different platforms whenever one was taken down. The court documents claim he also taunted the game studio directly while doing so, allegedly stating things like, quote, You can try to stop me, but I'll keep going, unquote. On October 24th, 2024, after certain platforms had taken down his unlawful streams as a result of Nintendo's enforcement actions, he sent Nintendo a letter boasting that he has 1,000 burner channels to stream from, and he can, quote, do this all day, the lawsuit stated. The lawsuit claims Kian's actions not only violate copyright, but also encourage a culture of infringement impacting sales and hardware exclusivity. So I think the part where it's like particularly egregious is that you're messing with Nintendo's modern gaming bag, okay? You could have laid low and like pirated NES and SNES and N64 games, you know, and nobody would know, you know? But the fact that you went on a modern platform where they're actively developing, promoting, and selling those games and taunted Nintendo, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And I really wish you could just throw this guy in a deep jail cell somewhere, because it's the worst of the crimes that you could commit, is stealing someone's not just intellectual property, but physical property and damaging their brand by directly telling people, hey, here's how you can steal from Nintendo too. So here we are. All right. So it gets worse. It's not just that. It gets even more egregious. Okay. The game studio has calculated the damages at $150,000 per infraction on at least 50 occasions in the last 2 years, resulting in the $7.5 million claim, which still sounds low to me, even regardless. They added, quote, at least 10 different Nintendo games were streamed without authorization, all before those titles were released to the public, unquote. So what's important there is that he broke street date on these titles, which means he was either having someone supply him with these copies, like somebody who works at a game store or somebody who works at a Walmart. Maybe a copy falls off the back of the truck, right? So that in itself is illegal, and you can be sued to hell for that too. As a former GameStop employee, I know all about that. You break street date, you're sued, you're fired, you're done. You'll never work in retail, you'll never work in gaming ever again. You've messed something like that up. So, hopefully Nintendo can track down who was providing him these early copies, because that alone is illegal. But then the egregious fact that he is streaming games before they are released, and not press copies, not just that he's breaching street date as a member of the press, it's that copy has legitimately been stolen and is now being broadcast to the public, which is another infringement. So multiple things being broken here. So once again, they've cited Kian's streaming of Mario and Luigi Brothership on October 22nd, which was ahead of its November 7th release date, as a key example. The gaming giant's aggressive stance underscores its long-running mission to clamp down on piracy and modders, especially when high-profile titles are involved. None has been bigger in the last year than its ongoing court case with developers of Palworld over claims that it has copied Pokemon. Now, that one results in not necessarily copyright claims over the creatures, but claims over the gameplay mechanics, like throwing a ball to capture a monster creature in the ball. Okay, so Nintendo has some pretty interesting copyrights when it comes to that. But I say, throw the book at this guy. I mean, basically, what I said here, and you can read my full tweet on Twitter, is that this guy poked the bear. He's pirating current Nintendo games on the Switch. So there's no argument for ethical emulation and preservation of the past when it's modern-day piracy of current products being promoted in stores. He taunted them with, you can try to stop me, but I'll keep going. It's just begging to be sued, ignoring DMCAs and cease and desist, meaning it could have stopped there, and Nintendo maybe wouldn't be suing him. Plus, he's encouraging a culture of infringement impacting sales and hardware exclusivity. He messed with Nintendo's games that are modern and actively being promoted, breaking street date, playing games weeks early. You mess with their bag, they come at you, and they have every right to do so. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? That's absolutely insane to be live streaming, promoting, and encouraging piracy of games that as they release, and even before they're available to the public. Actively guiding the public in his content on how to pirate the modern games is also a huge step from being innocent to egregiously malicious. There's multiple laws broken. They have a right to protect their intellectual property, as any person and company does, even if they're filthy rich and quote-unquote don't need the money anymore. I hope they throw the book at him and make an example. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. He could have been a pirate on the down low, kept it to himself, but he chose to flaunt it and encourage it. Still illegal, but you can kind of get away with this stuff if you don't make a lot of noise or promote it as heavily as he chose to. Personally, I'd be mad too if someone was stealing stuff I just made, whether it's books, movies, music, video games, and encouraged everyone else to do so. So put yourself in the shoes of Nintendo. I know a lot of people like to not side with the big evil corporation that's greedy and doesn't need more money, but if it were you, you would be upset too, because you work hard to create the stuff you create, whether it's art, whether it's a painting, whether it's a song, and you don't want it to be stolen if you intend on making a profit on it and potentially feeding your family with such work. So, interesting, really interesting, but make sure you leave a comment down below what you think of that situation. I definitely want to know. I know I'm pretty hardcore on being anti-piracy, but I believe other than like the justification of like ethical emulation and ransomware, where there's stuff that just isn't available anymore. There's no way to get it, and no one's charging money for it except for resellers and scalpers and, you know, maybe some retro game stores, you know? So, there's that. Now, the next exciting thing is that part of Halo 2's E3 2003 demo, a previously unplayable portion of the game, is now playable. And there is going to be a later map that is going to be released as well from the Arbiter's story. So, you can head over to Halo Waypoint, which I have linked in the description, and you can read about here how to get access to the Halo E3 2003 demo, which was a mission that was not actually featured in the final release version of Halo 2. And so we have it right here. It's made it to where you can access that mission, and there's a picture of it. And then there's also a mission called Alpha Moon, which is cut from Arbiter's story, and that one's going to be added to the game soon as well. But yeah, you just go to the Steam Workshop page, subscribe to the mod, boot up Master Chief Collection with anti-cheat disabled. You can select that as you start up. Enter the campaign menu for Halo 2 and load up the level you want to play. So this is all through the Master Chief Collection, and that's the only way that you're able to play that particular title. Next, I have a link to this. We're not really going to look at this on the podcast, but there's a gameplay deep dive into Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It's 14 and a half minutes long, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. The next thing I have for you here is a Sniper Elite Resistance post that has been made on Twitter. You can see here that Harry Hakwer is our new protagonist that we're going to be playing as. I guess Carl Fairburn is out on this adventure, but Harry Hakwer is a battle-tested warrior, world's most renowned marksman, and it's also quite interesting to note here that he joined the Auxiliars Training Center at Coles Hill, teaching shooting and unarmed combat. Let's see, he was in London, Woodstock, and Wilton Park. And he is top secret British intelligence. So it should be kind of a different perspective for a Sniper Elite game, but Sniper Elite Resistance is currently available for pre-order. The link is also there. You can head to their site, where it will be coming out on the 30th of January of next year. So I'll be looking forward to hopefully covering that on the channel. I'm really excited to see how that's going to work out. I don't like the idea of not being Carl Fairburn anymore, but if there's potentially a story that suits a new character better, it could be exciting to play. The next thing we have is from Daniel Ahmad. He is a director of research and insights at Nico Partners. He analyzes video games in the Asia and MENA market. And of course, he shares his insights about gaming. Now, one thing that we can look at in this respect is that Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo have written a joint letter to oppose proposed tariffs from the Trump administration. Tariffs on video game consoles are currently set to increase by 25%. 96% of video game consoles imported to the U.S. are from China, which is where those tariffs are going to see an increase. So if the Trump administration does what they've been saying they're going to do, Biden has retained the Trump tariffs throughout his term, so we can expect that those tariffs are probably going to go much higher. So Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony have all teamed up and submitted a letter in order to inform the Trump administration that this would hamper Americans, the American public, the consumers, and the video game industry as a whole. You can read this document yourself. I will have that in the description down below, as well as this. A wonderful little gift here. A wonderful little gift from my other channel, Aaron Shack Politics, where I explain how tariffs work. What are tariffs? I explain tariffs. And tariffs are not helpful. So you can check out that video. I have it linked in the description down below. And apparently I'm playing Aztec Cross's video. Okay. Alright, so there's that. Next, we have something for Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. The Neo Volkite pistol has made its entry into the Space Marine 2 game. In operations, you can blast heat rays into your enemies, inflict accumulative damage, and blow up those Xenos. Now, the Neo Volkite pistol is essentially a laser gun. So, we take a look here. It's for the Bulwark, Assault, and Vanguard class. You'll be able to wield this, and of course, you'll probably want to level this up to Relic status if you want to be able to deal the most amount of damage and have the best form of the weapon available. But yeah, looking forward to this one altogether. I have been playing the Assault class. I've got that one maxed out pretty heavily. I think J-Star has been really into playing as the Vanguard with the grapple hook, and I've had a lot of fun with that class as well. And then, of course, I've been leveling up the Bulwark with the Power Sword and Shield, and it would be nice to actually kind of try out the Neo Volkite pistol. That's available on PS5, Series X and S, Xbox consoles, and PC. And of course, there's crossplay through the operations mode. We like to play that usually on Friday nights and then Saturday nights with the guys on the channel. So we'll try to team up for that later. The next thing I have for you is, we've been talking about this on the channel quite a bit. I've been already doing some live streams on Death Stranding's Director's Cut. It is currently available on Xbox for the first time ever. You can install it now. You can play it on your Xbox Series X and S and or your PC, because it is Xbox Play Anywhere. So you purchase it once, you own it in your entire Xbox ecosystem. So if you buy it via the Xbox app on PC, you'll be able to download and play on your console, or vice versa. I've been playing it on the Xbox Series X. It looks incredible. It was a perfect reason to start another playthrough on the channel. And here's the best part. It is currently $40 American to pick this game up, but because the game is just launched, they put it on a special limited time sale where it will be $19.99. So as long as you pick it up now, sometime within the launch period of the game, you should be able to get it for that price. It looks like here that that's going to end in about 7 days, and then you will have to purchase this game at $40. Honestly, they could have hit us with the full $70, and it would have been worth it, and we would have all been game for that, and I think it would be worth it. It would be worthwhile. But I think them doing this more approachable price point really gets a lot of people in that were curious about the game or thought, oh, wait a minute, nah, it doesn't seem like it's for me. You know, it just, you know, a lot of people say it looks like a walking simulator and that you're just delivering packages and there's, you know, it's not really fun or anything. Well, I can say as someone that's played it several times on every platform available, that is one of the most gorgeous and most entertaining games. It's got stealth, it's got combat, it's got, of course, the walking simulator mechanics that are unmatched by any other game. It's got the weird Kojima storyline that is both prophetic and original. It's also got higher frame rates, photo mode, ultra-wide monitor support, and also crossovers with Valve Corporation's Half-Life franchise and CD Projekt Red's game Cyberpunk 2077. It's also got a way for you to stay connected with players around the globe with the Social Strand mission. So while the game is not strictly online multiplayer, there are social elements throughout the game where you are helped and can help other players yourself. Some of the last things that I have to get through on the show here is that the Aaron Shack shop at fourthwall.com is available. I have links in the description down below. You can explore my entire merch collection, which currently includes the Aaron Shack sticker set, the pin set, which are 5 different pins that you can purchase a full set of and pin those to your shirts, your jackets, your backpacks, whatever you want. And of course, I have the Aaron's Love t-shirt available in a wide variety of colors and at an affordable price that you'll be able to appreciate. And we have that in all sizes right there. Check that out. Now, I'm not done. You can also check out the website. There are exclusive posts to members only. Now, these members are different than the YouTube members. This is a membership that is done on the Fourth Wall website. So what's the difference, and should I subscribe here or there? Okay, well, here's the thing. So I have 3 different tiers available right now, and apparently if you are a subscriber on Twitch, I can offer you an even lower price to jump in at. And it's letting you know the first month price here has been discounted, as well as there being an additional discount if you choose to subscribe annually. But yeah, we have multiple benefits here. Members only Discord role, members only discounts that will be available, exclusive polls, ask me anything, ability to request products. In other words, if you have a suggestion for a product that you want to see in the merch store, I can take that under advisement and potentially get it made. Members only products, which will be only for members of the Fourth Wall website here. Exclusive posts, videos, and photos, advanced notice on merch drops. So if there are merch drops that are limited time, limited quantity, exclusive stuff, members here will get exclusive first notice and will be able to jump in at discounted rates. Also, I have a small section here if you just want to leave a tip and support myself here. It's also true that these memberships are a little better than YouTube's. Fourth Wall only takes a 5% cut. So I get to keep 95% of the membership profits on this, whereas YouTube usually takes a little more. Now, I'm going to continue providing a lot of value to YouTube members. You already get loyalty badges and emotes and stuff like that on the YouTube channel, just like you do on Twitch if I'm streaming over there. But and I am still gonna share like behind the scenes stuff and things like that on YouTube, but I think there are going to be times where on Fourth Wall we're going to have like a bonus show, a bonus episode of the Shackcast where maybe I have a guest stay after the podcast and we just kind of go back and forth and maybe discuss some other topics that we didn't discuss on the mainline podcast. We would put those here. So yeah, I am going to have some behind the scenes stuff and exclusive photos and stuff like that, various things that will make this worth it, as well as all the discounts and promotions and members only products that will only be available here. And of course it also catches you up on the latest episodes of the podcast and any of my social posts there. It also has a link to my website, which is aaronshack.com, where you can learn more about me. You can see my YouTube member benefits there. I'm going to add in some Fourth Wall stuff there as well, and we're going to be updating the merch as well. And you can also find links to my photography blogs, my socials, links to media kits and merch stores and stuff like that. We will be updating that. I do have a small portion of the website that I use for my photography blog. I also do gaming news and reviews here, and I try to keep up with certain games, certain trends. We like to talk about some of the serious topics that really matter to me. And so while I can't keep up with every single thing that hits gaming news, I can at least hit some of the issues here that matter to me and really get some opinions out there. I also have a segment here for game photography because I do like to photo a lot of things in the games. And then, of course, I have a photography blog that links in a lot of my scenic and wildlife photography that I like to do. So that will be available on the website as well, and I'm going to continue posting on there. So we have a lot of really cool and interesting stuff there, and I'll be continually updating that. So gamers, I'd like to thank you for supporting the channel, supporting on Fourth Wall as well. Check out the merch there, see if it's something you like, and I appreciate all the support because the channel only continues running with your monetary support and, of course, your viewership. So don't feel bad if you can't support in any sort of monetary form. We just appreciate you being here. But money does make the world go round. It makes it easier to get these games that we cover on the channel. But we do get a lot of stuff in thanks to the views on the channel. That allows us to bargain with publishers and developers and various outlets to get codes for games to cover on the channel so I can review and provide you with first impressions and coverage of these various games, and we're very happy to do so. That's been a privilege that I haven't taken lightly. I think that's been absolutely wonderful. I also have a link in the description down below to my politics channel, which has been growing at quite an aggressive rate, where my gaming YouTube channel usually gets about 10,000 views every 48 hours or so. It turns out the politics channel was able to get over 10,000 views within its first week. So we can't afford to not stay engaged in our politics, because even if you don't F with politics, politics will F with you. So being inactive from the political scene is both a privilege and not something that everyone can do. So I am deciding to make my voice heard, and I'll keep everything on the Aaron Shack Politics channel so that there's not so much bleed over to the gaming channel, because oftentimes people will ask politically charged questions, and I can't help but get into it sometimes. But I am going to keep things isolated over there. We are tackling a lot of major issues, including the 2024 election, abortion, Palestine. We covered some of Trump's cabinet nominations recently. He's got some pretty wild ones. Of course, we talked about the Tariffs video that I put out today. And I'm going to be tackling a lot of the major issues that affect Americans and also people worldwide. But I think some of the big ones that are hitting Americans would be a lot of our social issues, a lot of things around race, a lot of things around gun control and fake news, misinformation, and of course, abortion being a strong one as well. But just topics like that. And we'll try to do deep dives into each one and provides some facts, some news, some opinions on top of that, and we'll send you on your way. But I appreciate all the support. Make sure you subscribe over there, like the videos. That really gets them boosted out there so that we can get more people on the scene there. So that's going to be really interesting and a little bit of a passion project of mine, because I really care about that stuff, and I am a very politically active person. And I want to help, and I want to give a voice to those who can't speak for themselves. So I want to do that. And so running 2 channels, it's a lot of work. It's a big responsibility. And I'm still trying to juggle between the 2 of them of like, okay, could I do a weekly or a daily show of news, or should I just keep publishing videos and shorts and just kind of seeing where it goes? And then, of course, trying to keep the Shackcast going over here and make sure that we're covering the latest in gaming news and tech and having people on for interviews and stuff like that. It's been really great. So we'll keep doing that. I have some exciting new games that we're going to cover on the channel in the coming weeks, so look forward to that. As for now, I'm going to wrap up the Shackcast for today, and I think we'll be back with a live stream on some Death Stranding here in about 30 minutes or so, okay? So I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for all the continued support. It's been a stellar year so far, and I'm looking forward to hitting 10K on YouTube. I think that's going to be a big thing that we move for within the coming months. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos, live streams, podcast episodes, and more. Make sure you leave a review for the Shackcast wherever podcasts are found, or in the comments down below. Let me know what you think on the various issues that we discussed throughout the show today. As long as you're friendly and kind, share your opinion even if it differs. Just know to respect others. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Take care. Be safe. Have a good one. And we'll see you on the next one.